Hello and welcome to Microsoft Hates Greg. My name is Greg Deckler, and today we're going to be revisiting the topic of custom totals in Power BI Desktop. A couple videos ago, I made a celebratory video about custom totals finally being addressed from Microsoft in Power BI. It's basically, hey, you have a semi-additive or non-additive measure, and I really just want you know it to be additive as far as the table visual goes or matrix visual goes and that sort of thing. So they finally addressed this after I had like 3 years of memes. I think we're going on. So I decided to look, is the solution, is it a great solution? Is it the way that I would have done it? And, no, but I decided to just put all that aside and just celebrate the fact that at least Microsoft addressed the problem, right? But in this video, we're going to go a little bit more in depth and go through and kind of critique it a bit. But I really want this to be done in the spirit of constructive criticism, okay? And making this better than what it is or what they've released as far as the preview and that sort of thing. So the first thing that really kind of is kind of like, why'd they do it this way? Is it's based on visual calculations, which I've never been a huge fan of. Not the concept, but just how it was executed and engineered. Very much seemed to me like over engineering. Not the way I would have done it. Basing it on DAX and this and that. It's like it was just I don't know. We'll get into it, okay? But visual calculations, right? So it's a preview feature. It's been in preview for over 2 years now. I don't know when it's going to actually be GA. I mean, there's so many limitations around it and that sort of stuff. I don't see how they could go with GA with the huge amount of limitations that it has today, which we can get into, right? So your visual calculations. If we scroll down here to where that's the thing where it's down here. Okay, so here we go. Considerations and limitations. So, here's all the visuals it doesn't work with, right? The performance. I've heard people like, the performance kind of sucks. I didn't really see that in a lot of my performance testing, but they even call out the performance isn't reflective of what's going to be in the end product. There's no reuse with visual calculations, right? You can't even copy and paste them between visuals, right? You can't use them. You can't filter on them. You can't use them for sorting, right? You can't pin a visual, on a dashboard, on a tile on a dashboard. So if you have a visual that uses a visual calculation, can't use that in a dashboard. Can't use publish to web, right? Exporting doesn't work with visual calculations. You don't get the visual calculation as part of the export, the data, right? Can't do the drill through functionality. Can't set data categories. Can't change aggregations. Can't change the sort order. I mentioned that. Um, Field parameters basically don't work. I mean, there's a ton of things. Dynamic format strings. It's just this litany of limitations around visual calculations, which again I don't know how you go to GA with this many caveats and limitations and that sort of thing. So unfortunately, like it may be a long ways to go before visual calculations go GA, and therefore when custom totals will go GA because they can't go GA before visual calculations go GA, right? So some of the other things about visual calculation, I don't like the fact that it's sort of based on DAX, but it's not, right? So it introduces like 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 like new DAX functions. It's kind of the core of visual calculations that you really can't use within DAX at all. You can only use them within visual calculations, pretty much. So it's like learning a whole other language, which to me doesn't like seem very easy. If these things are supposed to make like DAX calculations easier, it's sort of flies in the face that you have like these. It's a whole other subset of the language, right? And I can use these functions here, and none of these functions are very easy, right? Like the range function, like I mean, one, two, three, four, five, six different parameters, right? In terms of even first, which you would think would be pretty simple, like one, two, three, four, five different parameters just to use a first function, right? Running sum is kind of similar. Again, one, two, like five different things. Now a lot of them are kind of similar, but I mean, think about this, right? There's an entire book, 300-page book written on just visual calculations. It doesn't cover any other DAX. It's just visual calculations. So it's like you got to learn all this DAX, and then you got to learn, like 300 pages worth of additional DAX just to use these things. I find that there's a lot of friction, I guess you could say, when I try to use visual calculations. In terms of I got to use a bunch of functions that I are unfamiliar with. There's some of the more complex with some of the most parameters in all of DAX, right? Because there are a lot of the underlying stuff on it is the window function, which is a crazy complicated function. Um, so there seems to me there's like a lot of friction involved. So here I am in Power BI, right? In terms of just to kind of give you a sense of some of the friction that's involved here. So I have my visual calculations. I don't, do them where I normally create my DAX, right? I have to click on the visual, kind of new calculation. I can do custom. There's some templates and that. But now I've got this DAX window here, and it's kind of similar to the DAX window I normally get, but it's kind of also a little bit, it's weird and just disconcerting to me that's over here. We can do things like, just put one in there. And now my calculation is over here. And if I want to edit it, right, or remove the field or edit the calculation, I got to do it from here. I don't know. It just something about like, and then I swear to God, every time I do something like this, I'm like, well, how do I save this? Right. And then I'm looking all around and I'm like, oh no, it's back to report. It's like, it's just very disjointed in how I normally kind of operate within and maybe it's just moving your cheese and things like that. And maybe if visual calculations had always existed and I hadn't got into the, 10-year, decade-long habit of, I create my measures over here, right-click new measure, and my format in my editing bar is up here, and I can do all the things I want to do. I can sort by these things and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know. It's very there's just friction, I guess you could say, for me at least, in using visual calculations, which means that even if they fix all those problems in that, I probably am still not going to use visual calculations for the most part, just because of that friction that exists in the fact that I have to learn all these other new functions and that are complicated, and I don't know. It's just some of it doesn't make any sense. But now let's get into specifically with some of the problems with the calculations, the custom total calculations. So, all right, so the biggest problem that I see with this is that if I go in to customize the total calculation, and I choose count, for example, see, it's not really the total. It's not customizing the total calculation. It's customizing the entire column. Okay, so this count is not correct. So if I go in here and say edit calculation, and it says expand all, count, measure base, and that sort of thing. This needs to be a lot smarter, right? But then how can I make it smarter? Like it doesn't visual calculations like they give you the full DAX. Like if I do count rows, right? I have count rows available to me. It says, oh, use a table. But if I put it in table, right, it doesn't recognize it. So if I was to do something like if count rows table equals count rows all table, right? And then if it's a total, then do that. Otherwise, do measure base, right? And then do this. And then it says error. So that doesn't work. So the question is, how do you identify that this isn't a total row, right? So I mean, they could make this really easy if they just because this is how you kind of do it sometimes. I've done this trick before to figure out that I'm in a total row or not a total row. But I haven't been able to find anything where I can in visual calculations where I can do this because and again, why give me count rows function when I can't even use it? Right? I just don't understand that they give you access to like all of the DAX, but most of the DAX wants to refer to base tables and columns and that sort of which you don't have in a visual calculation. So because obviously it doesn't recognize this stuff. So how do you even use it correctly, right? So there's that problem. And what they could really use would be like a function like is total, like if is total, then do this, otherwise don't, right? And then let's see if this error fetching data, like now if I delete this, so now if I new visual calculation, custom, right? So now I gotta like it deleted my measure, so it didn't unhide. So it's not fully reversible, right? In terms of I had the measure in this table visual. When I created the visual calculation for the total, it hid the measure and renamed, its new visual calculation as measure, renamed measure as measure underscore base and hid it, right? So why doesn't it fully reverse it, right? What I would expect to happen is if I remove this visual calculation, right? So I create a visual calculation, do this, and then I remove that, I would expect it to reconstitute my measure base as measure and include it here, right? But it doesn't. It it just deletes them both, which to me I find disconcerting. That I need to go back and start over and put the measure back in. And again, it's a lot of friction. It's a lot of I don't know why they did it that way. In terms of and for visual calculations, I'll tell you in terms of like if this is like really this is more like a quick measure really is what it reminds me of, right? Because you can do quick measures and you got all these pre-programmed functions because this is just it's not solving the problem where okay I still need to write code to solve the measure, right, to solve this total problem, right, which has been my beef and my gripe, one of the main ones for forever, right? So this isn't really solving it, it's just kind of automating it the way kind of quick measures do, which I don't find that's kind of a crap way of doing it. It's like the Rube Goldberg way of kind of getting around to solving the problem, I guess you could say. So I'm not super stoked about that, I'll be honest. Again, it seems like it's an immense amount of over engineering. Um, Kind of like similar to like here's one thing that I did on calculation groups, a poll. It's like, do you use calculation groups in Power BI? And the majority of people don't even use them, right? And the people that do use them, it's 3 to 1 basically that they only use them for time intelligence. So Microsoft, like they went out and engineered this whole thing, calculation groups, right? And but people pretty much only use it for time intelligence, right? And most people don't even use it. So it seems like they spent a long time and kind of over engineered it for something that could have been a very specific sort of task, right? I kind of see like visual calculations being most people I have a feeling are going to use them for like ranking, and then they're going to use them for like custom totals and maybe a running total, that kind of stuff. There's going to be a very few things that they're going to really use them for overall, that are probably pretty much summarized in that right click menu, if you will. Then those are probably the all the cases that pretty much everyone's going to use those things for. So so why did you go through like to all this engineering and kind of base it around DAX and all this? Shouldn't it have been maybe a simplified, much easier kind of functional language that's completely separate from DAX? Because right now what you have is kind of the worst of both worlds, right? It's a DAX, it's DAX, quote unquote, in name only. It's really a separate programming language that's you can only use in visual calculations, right? You can't use a ton of they give you they say like, oh, you can use count rows, but you really can't, right? They give you access to all these DAX functions or whatever, but it's just more confusing than anything else because you really can't use those in a visual calculation. And the visual calculation functions you really can't use for in the semantic model and measures and that sort of thing. So why the hell even call it DAX at that point? Why not just create a new simplified functional language to just do visual calculations, which is sort of what InfoRiver did, right? Which to me seemed like a much better way of going about it, right? And just, here's the other thing. So I kind of mentioned this before is like, well, aren't, this right click and visual calculation and here, do this. It's sort of like quick measures, which nobody uses, right? 83% people, just nobody uses it. And 2%, I'm surprised that there's even 2% that say they always use quick measures, which I find that hard to believe, but sure. And then, it's like 17% of people it's really a low amount that use quick measures, right? I mean, and so this is I don't know. There's just a lot of problems that I see with this in terms of overall. And oh yeah, and I'll mention this. Timothy Osborne, he created a custom visual, like, and here's like more of what I think would have been a better solution for this, because it's now, no, this is not general purpose. I can't just write, and this doesn't solve like just any, whatever visual calculation problem. But it seems to me this is pretty slick way of doing like totals, right? In terms of, I want this measure to be a sum, I want this to be an average, a count, and it really is only affecting the total line, right? It's not, I'm not changing this to count and it's counting all of these, right? Because it's really just a visual calculation. So anyway, there's a lot of problems with how they went about doing this, and I don't know. I don't know how they worked their way out of it in terms of some of that, in terms, especially in terms of they're kind of lying to people when they say that, right? So I click this and it says customize total calculation. Well, you're not. So I think that's a huge problem, and they need to fix that primarily, is what I'll say. So because if you're trying to customize the total calculation and you say count, you don't want the rows to be counts. You want this to be a count. You want this to be three, because you're supposed to be customizing the total calculation, not customizing all of the calculations, right, in this column, just the total. So I don't know. The way they went about this just seems like they could have gotten to this point a lot quicker and a lot faster, um, and not actually lied to people, like in saying that they're only customizing the total calculation. So I don't know. Visual calculations, I just, even if they fix all the limitations with visual calculations, I probably still wouldn't use them, in terms of writing my own, just because it's just weird DAX to me, and it only works in specific cases. So, and I've already solved running totals, and I've already solved custom totals, and I've already solved, all the problems that visual calculations solve, I've solved in DAX, and I have patterns for. So I don't know why I would use them, other than the convenience potentially of just picking some of these kind of quick measure type stuff. Um, which again, some of these are just repeating, like percent of grand total. There's already features to do percents of grand totals without visual calculations. So I don't know. It's I don't want to be too critical, but I find it disappointing that this is the route they decided to go down for fixing totals in Power BI. It's There's so many better ways they could have done this. So that's it. That's all I had for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.